We spent the last 2 weeks at Monday living out of this in the camper trailer. I tell you what, we found there's so much wasted space in this canopy. Plus, last week, if you click the link up here, you'll see it. We installed the EnerDrive Voyager system with the 200 amp hour lithium battery. It's just made so much more room in the canopy. So what we're going to do this week is redesign the whole canopy, build it out to maximize the space, plus make it a lot more practical than it used to be. So this is Canopy build 7.3C, according to Ando. We've done this too many times. And every other time we've done it, we've just slapped it in, or I've just slapped it in. And then I've said to Andy at the end, what do you reckon? He goes, that's crap, why did you do it that way? So this time, Andy's actually consulted with me, or I've asked Andy to consult on the canopy build, because I had a big plan drawn up, which I shot this morning. I was going to go to Bunnings, I was going to buy timber, I was going to make a drawer, I was going to do all this stuff, have the tall stuff at the end of the canopy, and Andy's come home from work, and he said, Dad, no. Why don't you put the tall stuff in your trundle drawer? I said it wouldn't fit. Turns out it does fit. And I wanted to have a big tall drawer. He goes, Dad, it's too much room, make a smaller drawer. So what we're doing is Andy's input canopy build on the passenger side. This kitchen side, I've already got sorted. I've got a new kitchen from MW, which I'm super happy with. I'm hoping it's going to fit in with the fridge beside it. There's mills in it, I haven't tried it yet. So without further ado, let's get stuck in the canopy build 18.023F. One of the first considerations, I think, in building any canopy is weight distribution. So you want to have the weight as far forward in the canopy as possible. You don't want it back overhanging the back axle. Now this canopy is quite short in relative terms to the tray. The wheel actually sits about here. The axle's not too far away from the back. So I'm pretty lucky, and I designed it that way so I could put stuff really anywhere I want in the canopy, and it's still going to be quite forward compared to the axle. So on the passenger side, which is that side, what I've decided to do, I've got a kitchen from MW, which I'll show you in a minute, but I'm going to put it forward because I've always had the fridge here, but I'm going to put the kitchen here. I'm going to do that for one main reason, two actually. But if I ever need to get into this Voyager system, which I don't think I will, but if I ever upgrade and want to use one of the other two switches that are left over, I will definitely want to take this cover off to get into them. So if the kitchen's on this side, I can literally pull the kitchen out and just unclip the runners and literally pull the kitchen all the way out, which will give me direct access into the Voyager system. So that's why I'm putting the kitchen up close. And the other reason is, and you'll see the kitchen in a minute, while it's down there, I'm going to have my induction cooker on it, which means I'm going to be able to plug it into the outlet in the 240 outlet in the Voyager easily. Won't have to stretch across. And the last time I did it, I had the plug running in front of the fridge, so when I was cooking on the induction I couldn't open the fridge. So you learn from your mistakes. So that's why I'm putting the kitchen there, and then the fridge is going just beside it. Hopefully it'll all fit. I've measured it and there's about 5 mil in it, so I'm hoping that that will fit. Then on this side I'm going to have the pull-out drawer fridge. I'm thinking about getting a smaller one, and I'm going to put a single drawer in this side so that it's one level. It should line up to the back of this. This is the 240 shore power that's running to the Voyager, so this will go in behind the kitchen. So that is the plan why I'm doing it. You want to live out of that side and cook out of this side, in my opinion, because the awning's on this side. We put this false floor down a wee while ago, and it's really cool because you just move things around. You can take the fridge that was here, I can move it to here, just drill it into the timber. It's really easy to move stuff around. I'm a big fan of these timber false floors because they're just so easy to move things around in. We fitting? So the next thing we want to put in is the fridge. Andy, as usual, helping like a champion that he is. It's going nowhere, Ando. Here's the last piece. Straight. Oh, these are painful. First time, Ando. So it's the next weekend. I've pondered all week. Andy's talked me out of having the big tall fridge in there. What we're going to do is take it out. I've organised a 30 litre Dometic drawer fridge, so I'll be able to put a nice flat deck right across the back of the ute, the canopy, and have the walls up at the back so nothing falls in behind. So ideas from this, from Andy, and also from Explorebound. Jump over to their channel, I'll leave a link below. They use this connection stuff, and he's just built a canopy with 3 drawers on the passenger side, which is sort of a similar idea as to what I was going for, but he's actually built the drawers. I haven't, but I'm using his idea for the top and the back walls. I'm using this connection stuff that you get from Bunnings. It's all very lightweight box section alloy. It's as light as you like, and it's strong. And I went and bought all the connection stuff, so you just hammer this together, and it takes my skill level out of the equation because it has to be square, because I'm useless at building drawers, clearly in the past.
Oh dear.
So I've got all that. I've got some 12mm ply, that'll do for the deck and also the walls, some marine carpet, and I've also taken Explorebound's advice and I've gone with this synthetic grass glue instead of the normal stuff, and a bit of black paint, because I'll paint the back of this where you'd be able to see it from the kitchen side. So that's today's project. We're going to get into all of this. I have done a plan, but see exactly what lengths and start pulling the framework together, and then later on we'll just carpet the timber, screw it down so it's modular, so I can remove stuff if I need to get to the Voyager system or to the battery, and be easy to access. So that's today's job. You wouldn't believe it, but I've actually planned this all out. I have done a plan of what everything should look like and where it should go. So building this box frame first. But the old adage, measure twice, cut once. I'm going to measure 3 times and cut once, I reckon, because I always get this wrong. All right, I'm going to get busy measuring all this up. I've got a time lapse going, so I'll do all my measurements. I'll come back to you when I've started to cut. Now, because the Voyager actually steps out a bit over on this side, I have to bring the box in a bit, which I hadn't planned on, but I think it'll still be okay. So we have to be here for this part of it. So now what I want to do is put this join on. I'll hammer that in and then just work out how long this bit here should be to give us our step back into there. So that will go there. So now we just have to measure from here to where we want to stop it at the wall. So I'm just using these 2 big square washers as a spacer, and that's just going to go there. So that is how we're going to sit. Right, so what I want to do now is just get this corner done, and then we'll start building it up. Time lapse is done. Have all the cutting done. This bit, this final bit for here is in here. I'm going to put this on later because I think to get this in, I'm going to be quite tight on the edges here. Now what I did, I built most of it inside, as you would have seen on the time lapse, but I've pulled it out just for hammering down mostly this top section. Pretty much that's the box built, the frame built. So now I'm going to try and, I haven't tried this yet, but now I'm going to try and get this back into there. I'm going to bolt it down to the floor. And then we can start cutting the timber out, carpeting it, put the drawer back in and the fridge in. Pretty much done. Come on. Hang on. Yes, it fits. Ish. There we go. And it fits. This bit here is a bit loose for some reason. I might end up gluing that side, but pretty much that is it done. I'll bring you in to have a look at it. That is the framework finished. You got to put a flat piece of timber here, then one on the side and one on the front, and then we can just put our drawers in. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to just drill a hole in the top, make it bigger with a Christmas tree bit, to let me put this all in properly. Oh, come on. Oh, lucky. So that's the skeleton in, that's the whole framework done and secured to the floor, so it's not coming out. I've cable tied the shore power up so it's out of the way. So now I've just got to get busy with the timber and cutting out the shape for the flat board and then the 3 back pieces. So we're on the home stretch. Going to keep going now. I never know where to aim this. Come on. Yes, maybe. Got a big splinter first. Oh, that's gonna hurt. Oh, it's so close. What I'm going to do though is notch out those corners. I actually meant to do that first, so it'll be easier to screw down. Let me go and do that. Let's try that again. This time with notches. Not nachos, notches. That's a terrible joke, Richard. It's going to be tricky. No. It's because of the angle of all these straps everywhere. Anybody got any ideas? It's caught there. Oh. Ha! Right, it will fit. Just. Problem is now though, how do I carpet it? Pretty happy with that. I think I am going to have to put a brace in the middle here. I'll wait until I get the drawer in and see, but yeah, happy with that. So I'm going to spray the back of these black, so when you look from the kitchen side, if you see anything, it'll just be black, and then we'll carpet the front. So I'm just using some of this Dulux Durham. It's satin black, which should work hopefully quite well. So we're using this for the first time, the synthetic grass adhesive. So I'm not sure this is the same one that Explore Bound used, but they used one and it seemed to work really well. So thank you for the tip. I'm going to give this a go. I've just read it, so you kind of just paint it on to one side, let it go tacky, maybe 5 or 10 minutes. Pretty warm today, probably 5 minutes. And then we'll put the timber on top. That should be it. I am going to staple the back of this probably though, because it's going to be hidden behind the formwork. So we probably won't see the staples, just because I like rounded edges. That's about 5 minutes. So let's get it down. I've done it again. I've bloody put this on back to front. Richard. Alright, that's okay. I'll just use the other bits. Luckily, I can use these. Look at that. No, it works. Except that wasn't a very good staple. I always find corners challenging. The last time, from memory, I went that way, and then how do I do this? I go up. Actually, it should go that way, shouldn't it? Yeah, that's better. After I drop the knife. That green stuff is mighty sticky though, which I suppose is what you want. Big triangle. I've taught myself something new today. I'm going to do the rest of these, and I'll come back when we start fitting this all up into the truck. All right, it's time. I've got everything carpeted. Now, hopefully I can remember how to put this shelf back in, but so let's get everything in and bolt it down, and then we're nearly there. So I think the last time I snuck that up there.
Many unbearable hours later.
Yes! So that is that in. Let's screw this down and put the walls on. I said I want to get it done before dark, and I reckon we're just going to make it. So I'm using these self-drilling metal screws because we're going into the alloy. They're 30 mil, so the ply's 12, the carpet's probably a couple, but I'm hoping that this will work. I'm going to go around and get the rest of these all done. Right, I am going to call that there because I said I want to get finished before it's dark, and it's just about dark now. But I've achieved everything I wanted to do today. The platform's in, the base is in, the walls are all in. All I have to do now, and this is the easy bit, is just put the drawer in the fridge in, but the fridge hasn't arrived yet, so I don't want to bother doing that until it's here, because I think I may end up putting a brace maybe here in the middle too, so I just want to work out where everything goes. So I'm going to give it a vacuum, and I'm going to go and have a beer and call that a night, and I'll see you very shortly. All right, bit of an update. So the fridge hasn't arrived yet, but we have got the opportunity this weekend to head over to Morton, which is incredible. It's Tuesday today, we're going on Thursday. So if it doesn't arrive tomorrow, the fridge, we're just going to go with it the way it is. We've still got the upright on the other side, it's all good. But we're going to do a full Canopy rundown on Morton. So stay tuned for that. But in the meantime, thank you very much for watching, and we will see you on Morton.